All right, Pickle. It is time to continue rolling out the preseason Texas high school football rankings in the 2022 summer edition of Dave Campbell's Texas Football. Of course, we have expanded rankings of every classification in the print copy, the 2022 summer edition of Dave Campbell's Texas Football, which you can get at texasfootball.com/subscribe. As you may know, we are the official rankings provider of the Associated Press. So these are the Texas high school football rankings of record. Yeah, official, real. And so, time to get into 1A Division 1. The largest six-man classification, 1A Division 1, and last year you may remember it was Westbrook defeating May in a real thriller there to win
it was a good one.
to win the state championship. How does 1A Division 1 shake out this year? Let's find out together, starting with number 10. The Hornets of Irion County are the number 10 team in Dave Campbell's Texas Football. Last year, this was a team that's better than I think their record indicated at 8-3 last year, but they ran into May in the first round of the playoffs. But I'll tell you that I think this Irion County team is ready to make some noise. 10 starters are back from last year's team, and they had a 9-0 JV team that I think is going to help buoy them even further. I think that realignment did them a little bit of a favor as well. I think they've got an opportunity to make a run there in Region 4. Keep an eye on Irion County. They are the number 10 team in Dave Campbell's Texas Football. Number 9, program that really needs no introduction in the six-man ranks, Turkey Valley. The Patriots are number 9 in Dave Campbell's Texas Football. A regional finalist from a year ago. This is the team that is going to have, I think, is going to benefit from having stability in the program. They've got a lot of talent. The question is going to be that they've got some pieces to replace. They bring back a grand total of 9 starters from last year's team, a team that looks hungry to make a run there in Region 1. I also think Region 1 is a little bit more manageable this year. They're not the top-ranked team in Region 1, but certainly good enough to make a run. Turkey Valley, the Patriots, number 9 in Dave Campbell's Texas Football. Number 8, another traditional power, the Borden County Coyotes are the number 8 team in Dave Campbell's Texas Football. This is an experienced bunch. 9 starters back from last year's team. Believe it or not, they only lose 2 lettermen from last year's ball club that went all the that even though they went 6-6, I think got better as the season went on, making all the way to the regional semifinals. This is a Borden County team that I think is going to have an opportunity to make some noise. Now, they're in a pretty tough district. They're in District 7. They're going to have to deal with 2 other teams that are ranked here. As I may spoil our own rankings coming up here. But they're a team certainly to keep an eye on. The Coyotes of Borden County start the year at number 8 in Dave Campbell's Texas Football. To number 7 we go. The aforementioned top-ranked team in Region 1, the Happy Cowboys, the number 7 team in Dave Campbell's Texas Football. State semifinalist from a year ago, won the region, and looks like they could be even better this year. Another experienced bunch. They have an opportunity to make a real playoff push, thanks in large part to what I think is going to be an outstanding defense that takes a step up. Now, there's some depth concerns for this team, but this is a 10-win team from a year ago, a state semifinalist from a year ago, and on that short list of contenders, Happy starts the year as the favorite in Region 1 and the number 7 team in Dave Campbell's Texas Football. To number 6, I mentioned that Borden County is in a tough district. One of those reasons is because they are in a district with Rankin. Rankin, the Red Devils, the number 6 team in Dave Campbell's Texas Football. A regional semifinalist from a year ago that ran into eventual state champion in Westbrook. A team that also super experienced, very young last year, bringing back 9 starters this time around. A lot of size on this team, which I think is going to do them a great service. I think Rankin's got an opportunity to make some noise. They've got a number of actually some 3-year starters that I think are going to be able to be fantastic. But they do have to replace a 3,000-yard rusher, which is going to be difficult to do. Rankin's going to be on that short list of contenders. Got to go through a very difficult district there in District 7, 1A Division 1. They start the year number 6 in Dave Campbell's Texas Football. Into the top 5, where we'll find yet another team from District 7, 1A Division 1. The Garden City Bearcats, the number 5 team in Dave Campbell's Texas Football. 10 starters back from last year's team that I think got better as the season went on and are hungry to prove that last year was a bit of a out of the ordinary for them. An experienced bunch that brings back all but one on both sides of the ball. This is a team that is absolutely loaded with experience. I think took their lumps last year, but bringing back 20 lettermen from last year's ball club I think is going to pay a lot of dividends for them. Keep an eye on Garden City. They start the year number 5 at Dave Campbell's Texas Football. Number 4, Bounce over to Region 4 to find the Jonesboro Eagles as the number 4 team in Dave Campbell's Texas football. Last year, a team that I think had a solid run for Eddie Gallegos' squad, but they look like they could be even better. They are really experienced at some key positions, which I think is going to be important for them, bringing back half their starters from last year's team. And look, this is a team that expects to go out there and win every single game. Eddie Gallegos has built one of the best cultures in six-man football year in and year out. This is a program that I believe has had 10-win seasons in 4 of the last 5 years. They are no stranger to the big stage. They could be in for a big push. Jonesboro, the number 4 team in Dave Campbell's Texas football. If they're going to win their region, they're going to have to win their district. And if they're going to win their district, they got to get through their own district bunkmate in May, the number 3 team in Dave Campbell's Texas football. The state runner-up from a year ago does have some holes to fill. This is a team that I think is going to only brings back 2 starters from on each side of the ball. They lose a number of those star runners that were so important to that run to a state championship game. But make no mistake, Craig Steele has this bunch rolling that I think that what you've seen the past couple of years is the new normal for them. I mean, this is a team that has won 37 games in the last 3 seasons. This is a program that needs no introduction at this point. They're the favorites there in Region 4 to start the year. Kind of co-favorites, I would say, with number 4 Jonesboro, their district bunkmate. But May gets the nod here. They're the number 3 team in Dave Campbell's Texas football. That's the favorite in Region 3. How about the favorite in Region 4, rather? How about the favorite in Region 3? The Abbott Panthers, the number 2 team in Dave Campbell's Texas football. Coach Terry Crawford's bunch was a state semifinalist from a year ago and took May to the wire before falling just short. But this team has plenty of experience, plenty of work ethic. This is a team that I think that they've got an opportunity to make some noise if they can get a couple of playmakers from that sophomore class to really step up. This might be Abbott's best team since they won a state championship back in 2015. They've got an opportunity to be that good with 20 lettermen coming back from last year's state semifinalist team. It's a program that at this point is one of the most consistent in the state, especially the past couple of years, winning 24 games in the past 2 seasons. Abbott starts the year number 2 in Dave Campbell's Texas football, which means there's only one left. The number 1 team, the reigning state champion, Westbrook Wildcats, start the year number 1 in Dave Campbell's Texas football this year. Believe it or not, the state champions bring back all but 1 starter on each side of the ball. This is a program that's got plenty of team speed and plenty of experience. There are some good seniors that they lost, but they are absolutely loaded there, and the favorites there to come out of Region 2. This is a program that I think is going to have a lot of balance. I think that the defense could take a real step forward this year, which is saying something considering how good they were last year. Keep an eye on Westbrook. The Wildcats are our pick to go back-to-back in 1A Division 1. We think they may actually be on the cusp of a potential dynasty in 1A Division 1. They start the year number 1 in Dave Campbell's Texas football. So there you go, the top 10 in the preseason rankings according to Dave Campbell's Texas football. Number 10, Irion County. Number 9, Turkey Valley. Number 8, Borden County. Number 7, Happy. Number 6, Rankin. Number 5, Garden City. Number 4, Jonesboro. Number 3, May. Number 2, Abbott. And the number 1 team in 1A Division 1 to start the year, the Wildcats of Westbrook. Of course, you can find expanded rankings for all Texas high school football classifications in the 2022 summer edition of Dave Campbell's Texas Football. You can secure your copy today by going to texasfootball.com/subscribe. There you go. 1A Division 1.
Woohoo.
Done with 6, man. This was, so when we did, you weren't here for Friday's show, but when we rolled out the 1A Division 2 rankings, I thought those were very interesting, and I would say bold in the sense that we've got Benjamin at the number 1 team, Strawn, the
having to move Strawn down after
number 5, you have to transfer
Rigdon.
Grayson Rigdon, all those things. I think this is a lot more. This feels like safe as no rankings are safe.
Right.
I mean, we have teams. O'Donnell could win the state championship. We'd look really
Absolutely.
dumb, right? But this is, I would say, a lot more conventional. I think this is very blue bloody.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it feels to me like, especially, you get to that top 4, especially, maybe you can extend that out a little bit to the top 5, but if you want to take the top half of this, it feels like teams that it would be an unbelievable shock if those were not the teams left late in December.
So right now, based on the de facto what we're saying would be the semifinals would be Happy against Westbrook and then Abbott against May.
And
which is very chalky.
Yes.
Very chalky in a lot of ways. And so there you go. 1A Division 1 is the rankings. Of course, we have expanded rankings. I believe we have top 25 for each of the classifications. If you go to texasfootball.com/subscribe, get the 2022 summer edition of Dave Campbell's Texas Football mailed directly to you.
Thanks so much for watching that video. If you would like more and to be notified when they come out, go ahead and click that subscribe button right down there. You can also watch Texas Football Today every day live at noon on TexasFootball.com, Facebook, Twitch, and right here on YouTube. For more of the best coverage of Texas football in the Lone Star State, go to TexasFootball.com/subscribe.